Let's talk realistic expectations for our new quarterback, Nick freaking Mullens. All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and Big Nick is our quarterback. We're going to talk realistic expectations, stat-wise, and wins and losses for the rest of the year. And be sure to join us tonight. We're going live. It's horned up. It's Wednesday, 7 o'clock standard. Be there or be square.
Oh, yes, and I'll be filling in for Onebar on the NFC Roundtable, so check me out at 5:15 for that as well. And also, speaking of take out those checkbooks. We got 1 week left to donate to the Reisner Up Foundation. We're taking all super chat stickers, donations going to the Reisner Up Foundation from now until the 20th, so a little more time to donate.
Nick Mullens, let's do it. Let's talk about him. Let's start first off, just stat-wise, not so much what he's going to finish with, but just like per game and kind of the game plan we think that we're going to see from Nick Mullens.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be very exciting. I don't think this is going to be offensive fireworks. I think the Vikings have realized
we got Justin Jefferson, man.
Defense is now the strength of their game. Stat-wise, if I'm looking for a line, I'm going to say anywhere from 180 to like 220 a game for Nick Mullens.
Yeah, Nick Mullens, I mean, pocket passer. I do expect us to pass it a lot more. I think we will stretch the field. We got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, pretty damn good offensive line. I think he has a chance to put up numbers. I went back and looked at his game logs throughout his whole damn career. It's like, what can I expect from Nick Mullens all the way back to his time in San Fran? Man puts up yards. So he was always consistently over that 215 to anywhere to 300 yards. So he puts up yards, and I think he will do that here. I mean, I would fully expect like 248 yards a game, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
Well, he's not afraid to sling it. And you mentioned the yards he's put up, but you just also said the picks. He's also got a lot of career interceptions. I believe it's around 25, 24 or something like that. So the limited time he's played, he's also turned the ball over. So Big Dick Nick, a little bit of gunslinger to him, and that can get him in trouble at times.
I believe you, but I thought it was the opposite. I thought he was, he has more touchdowns and picks, 27 to 23.
Yeah, still 23.
I mean, looking back at his game logs, I mean, he might be a gunslinger, but he's never had that disgusting game. He's never had the 4 interception game. He's never had the 0 touchdowns, 3 picks game. He doesn't do it. He plays a little more safe. And when he does throw picks, he compensates it with touchdowns.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, talking about his stats, the Vikings really still don't have much of a run game at all to go back and rely on. So it's like you can sit there and pound the ball consistently and not make Nick Mullens throw the ball. You also got KOC, who loves throwing the ball. Again, though, I think he's shell-shocked from what he went through with Josh Dobbs. KOC's the play caller. I think he's going to be very conservative with Nick Mullens and let his defense win these games coming up.
And also we got to put a disclaimer out there with Nick Mullens' previous stats. This is the best offense he's ever been on. There's no doubt about it. So you can look at those early Niner years. You can look at those whatever the hell games he played with the Browns or Raiders, whatever. Those were not good teams. This is his best team. This is his best chance to shine. Prove why he's backup quarterback. Before we get into wins and losses, quick, who would you do? So would you rather have Nick Mullens right now or a previous Vikings backup? I'm giving you 3. Nick Mullens or Matt Cassell?
Who would you do? Cassell. I mean, I would probably go. I go Matt Castle. I go Matt Castle. I've seen games for the Vikings. I think I would. I mean, Matt Castle back then, not Matt Castle now. Age, what is he? 49?
Okay, well that is assumed. We're not having an old man come out on the field. I'm taking Big Nick over Castle all day. Here's another one for you, Sean Hill.
Jeez, Sean Hill. I mean, he had some games, but I would probably take Nick Mullens over Sean Hill.
All right. I would actually probably go Sean Hill. Last one, Gus Frerotte.
Oh,
legend.
I'm taking Gus Frerotte all because of that freaking 98-yard bomb to Bernard Berrien out of the end zone, and then he headbutted the post too.
I will tell you this, Gus Frerotte. Now that's a man who throws interceptions, especially for the Vikings. He threw a ton.
I love that play. I remember we were playing upwards when that play happened.
I probably had a really long word. So, yeah, I mean, I think those are pretty favorable comps for Nick Mullens. I'm taking Nick Mullens over all of them. It's pretty close for Sean Hill. I'd have to flip a coin.
Freaking Big Dick Nick.
All right, let's go to wins and losses. We got 2 games. We got the Bengals in Cincinnati. Then we got the Lions, 1 home, 1 away, and then home against the Packers. How do we think we're going to finish this year off?
It's weird because you go back a couple weeks, you look at these games coming up on the schedule. The Bengals with Jake Browning look very winnable. You're kind of scared of the Packers, and obviously Detroit. You're like, oh my God, Detroit's just rolling right now. And now you got the Bengals, who suddenly with Jake Browning look unstoppable. This offense keeps putting like 30 plus up with him. The Packers are starting to look, they kind of look like they did earlier in the season. Jordan Love had a rough game Monday night, throwing some very bad passes, looking very much like the Jordan Love we saw when we played him. So that's looking very winnable. The Lions also, I think they get up 26 points in 2 of their last 3 games. They have issues on the O-line. Jared Goff has become a turnover machine. So suddenly these games are all looking pretty winnable, with the Bengals one coming up this week, maybe being the toughest of the bunch. Realistically, only have to win 2 of these, I think. I think 9 wins gets you in. I'm going to say the Vikings end up winning 3 of these. I'm going to be optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, what he's got going, all his defenses suck ass. This is perfect case scenario for Nick Mullens. He's coming in 4 games. You said, I mean, these defenses are not good. I don't care if they got Jake Browning. We should be able to put up some points, put up some yards. I say we'll split it. I'll go 2-2 enough to get in the playoffs, and I would say 3-1 before I would say 1-3. So I think Big Nick will be just fine. Do what we have to do. Let us know in the comments how many wins you got, a stat line, and which of those backup quarterbacks would you take, Nick Mullens or those other really good names?
And remember this: for over 200 years, the candy cane was one color, white.
Son of a